Yo, what's going on guys? It's Mog back again with another Kingdom Hearts discussion video, and today I want to talk about Final Fantasy characters and their role within the Kingdom Hearts series, specifically whether or not Kingdom Hearts needs them. I think this is a great discussion to have because something a lot of fans noticed missing when Kingdom Hearts 3 launched was that it was the first mainline installment within the series to not feature any Final Fantasy cameos. Of course, Square did mend this with the release of Remind, reintroducing the Radiant Garden team into the game, but it was clear that this was just an afterthought to satisfy the fans who, weren't happy with the lack of cameo appearances, and it made many fans wonder whether or not this would be the status quo moving forward. Well, back in June, Game Informer sat down with Nomura and had an interview about Kingdom Hearts 4 where he got asked about this and gave fans an idea of where he stands on the topic. The question was, fans have been very concerned about the lack of Final Fantasy characters and newer entries. Do you still want to dial down on the amount of them in the series, or is Kingdom Hearts 4 a chance to bring in more cameos? Nomura responded by saying this: I understand that there weren't that many Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts 3. One thing I want to clear up is that a lot of fans are saying Kingdom Hearts is this collaboration between Disney characters and Final Fantasy characters, but I really feel like that's not the basic concept of Kingdom Hearts. It's not exactly what Kingdom Hearts is. When we released the first title, we had only a few original Kingdom Hearts characters. When they were interacting with really well-known, beloved Disney characters, I felt nobody really knew these new characters, so it was harder for them to stand their ground just yet. And so we had a lot of Final Fantasy characters involved to lend a hand for everyone to get to know these original Kingdom Hearts characters better. Now there are so many original characters from Kingdom Hearts that are so well loved, and people want to see more of those characters. With Kingdom Hearts 3, since we did have so many original Kingdom Hearts characters, it was hard to find room for including more Final Fantasy characters. We're trying to find a good balance for that. I know some fans were concerned about that and weren't too happy and wanted to see more Final Fantasy characters. That's something we are definitely thinking about, but just with the sheer number of original characters that we have now, it's hard to say what the exact balance is going to be and how it will play out in Kingdom Hearts 4. We can't really give you a firm reply on this just yet. I find Nomura's response to be really interesting because while I understand and can sympathize with a lot of what he is saying here, part of me just doesn't agree. Now, obviously, I am not the director and or creator of the series. I just love these games, so what I think or say can really only be chucked up as my opinion piece, and obviously, Nomura, regardless of what some people think his skill as a director may be, makes a far better game and story than I ever could, and I definitely understand the issue with Kingdom Hearts 3 having so much that needed to be wrapped up and having too many characters. I'm sure that did probably make it really hard to include Final Fantasy cameos, but as a huge fan of the series, while I understand that the basic concept of Kingdom Hearts from inception may not have been centered around the idea of a collaboration between Disney and Final Fantasy characters, and yeah, maybe their initial role within the series only served to help the OG characters stand on their own a little bit better, a basic concept or an idea kind of evolves as things get added or changed. Kingdom Hearts initially probably wasn't intended to include Final Fantasy characters or become a Disney Final Fantasy collaboration, but in the end that's kind of what it was, and I would go as far to argue that that's part of what makes Kingdom Hearts so special. Especially looking towards that first title, which, compared to where we are now in the games, had a much simpler story. Nobody was surprised that Square, a JRPG video game developer, could take the Disney movies, add some original characters to the mix, and create a great game. What made Kingdom Hearts so unique and makes it so surprising that the series as a whole even works was this idea of melding two very different types of IPs with vastly different fan bases between Disney movies on one end and Square's Final Fantasy characters on the other, and creating an original story with new characters around that premise. I also want to add that it wasn't like Final Fantasy cameos were just in that first game. While they sometimes, but didn't always play the most integral roles in the main story of Kingdom Hearts, that didn't really matter because they never needed to. However, they are part of the formula within half of the entries in the series. Not only appearing in Kingdom Hearts 1 where we got to know these OG characters, they were in Chain of Memories, they were also in Kingdom Hearts 2, and they were in Birth by Sleep. Characters aside, if you've ever played any of the Final Fantasy games, then you would know that Final Fantasy's presence can be felt not just throughout the characters, but throughout pretty much the whole series through items, references, terminology, and loads of other examples throughout the games. I would say that Final Fantasy, in my own opinion, while maybe not on the same level, is as much of what makes Kingdom Hearts what it is today as the Disney aspect of the games. To be fair, I think it's completely obvious that Kingdom Hearts doesn't need Final Fantasy characters, even with everything I've said thus far. The game truly does have so many new and amazing original characters that fans, including myself, love so much, and the game isn't ruined because of Final Fantasy cameos not being there. However, the fact that they aren't there, and the lack of their presence can be felt so much by fans of the series, I think it's safe to say that Kingdom Hearts is better when they are there. No matter what kind of role, big or small, that takes, whether it's a quick cameo here or there, or a post-game boss battle, I really do hope that they find some way to include them more within the series than a few throwaway Easter eggs. But I am curious, what do you guys think? Do you want Final Fantasy characters to continue to appear in the series, or do you think Kingdom Hearts has outgrown the need for them, and why? I'd love to know, so leave your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and I will see you next time.